welcome back. Today's video is going to be about the AMX CDC. But besides that, before we start off with the video, I'm going to say I apologize for not uploading for a couple of weeks already. I'm doing my driving license practicals and I'm going to be done in, 28th. And then I'll have to do the internal yard test and some other stuff. But anyways, the AMX CDC is one of the tanks that has zero armor. Any tank can penetrate it with the HE. I would say even tier 1 tanks can deal with this. The armor is non-existent, but all of that is traded off by one thing, and one thing only: the speed and the gun depression. Well, it's not one thing, it's two things, my bad. But the speed and the gun depression, and not any type of speed, the acceleration itself. It can go to 60 kilometers per hour in a couple of seconds, and this is why I love the tank. I'm gonna show a replay in a bit. This tank works amazing when it's using most of its gun depression and its speed together, because if you're moving back and forward every single time, the enemies are gonna have a hard time hitting you. And plus the gun mounted, the gun itself is kinda, well, there's a chance they hit it, so it's like, I would say even if they land a hit, there's a 30% chance it won't penetrate because it's gonna bounce off or it gets stuck in your gun mantlet. And this is why I love the tank. Now this is a replay where I got 1 kill, but the damage is pretty nice. But yeah, this was my first game today. I didn't play much. I kinda stopped playing World of Tank Blitz for a bit, but I kinda missed it. Also guys, this is not a guide to AMX CDC. This is just a review. I'm just reviewing all the things that it can and can't do. Well, of course, there's many things it can do, but for the things that it can't do, it just bounce a nice U152 shot, which it's not gonna happen in this video. But that's the gun depression. I tried to show it for a bit, but I wish I showed it for longer. It basically is as good as looking down. I think the gun even touches the floor, I'm not sure. Oh, never mind, that's the Struer meal. Alright, so in the battle I spotted a couple of enemies, and my first shot in the T-34-2 is an RNG shot. That's bullshit. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is the penetration on this tank. It's amazing. It's one of the most beautiful penetrations for medium tanks. It does not play like a medium tank, it plays more of a light tank, but the penetration on this will give you no struggle. So you don't need APCR most of the times, because the AP rounds will do it. It has 200 something penetration as far as I remember. I'm not sure how the hell that hit, but still. The Alpha is okay, it's 225. It's not as bad as the Centurion 1, but it will do. It's a fine Alpha. And with the speed that I forgot to point out a couple of seconds ago, sorry. The reason I'm moving back and forwards here is because I'm scared I'm gonna get shot by the Waffle Tracker, because if he does shoot an HE shell, that's a guaranteed pen. Alright, and this is 61 kilometers per hour from 50 meters away, and not only that, the engine power is 1200. I think it's like one of the most powerful engines in the game, and the weight of this tank, so it's just a massive, huge ass tank moving at you at 60 kilometers per hour. There's nothing you can do, especially a tank like T-34-2. You can bully him and just ram him, and you'll end up doing a lot of damage. Okay, here is where I make a mistake. I don't know how this bent, but it bent, so I'm not complaining. I tried to show or demonstrate how good this tank will perform in a COD, where it can COD tank destroyers, but then I ended up kind of embarrassing myself and screwing up. Anyways, the next up is T-32. Obvious spot, of course, is the lower plate, which can be panned easily, but I kind of struggle pinning the upper plate. I think I get a bounce in here. No, I missed, my bad. That one went through. And that's pretty much it for the game, where it's a fun tank to play. It doesn't have the best armor, it doesn't have the best penetration, but one thing it has the best is the best acceleration, and well, I'm not really sure, but I think it has one of the best penetrations in its tier. The alpha, it's okay, it's acceptable. The dispersion is when fully zoomed in, yeah, definitely. You're gonna hit shots. It's not a Russian tank. On the move, dispersion is still okay, especially that you can catch up with enemies and all. And if you're going back and forwards, you're gonna miss a couple of shots because of the okayish dispersion. It's not the best, but it still gets the job done. You're still gonna miss shots. If you're thinking whether to get this tank or not, I think the offer is for what? 54 dirhams, that's like $17. If you ask me, I'd buy the tank. It's worth the money, but if you had a choice whether to get AMX CDC or getting, say, the AMX 31AR, I would say go with the AMX 30. Because the AMX 30 is much better tank, but at the same time, it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for a competitive tank, I'd say AMX 31AR. But if you're going for a fun tank to play, my bad, you should go for the AMX CDC. And the reason is the AMX CDC is not only a fun tank to play, it gets you a lot of credits. So it's a 2-in-1. It's fun to play, and it gets you credits. And you know, in this game, you need to grind a lot of credits. You're gonna struggle if you don't have a good premium tank. So I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.